Yo, what's up? So I wanted to talk about something today, and that something is called gear lust and just equipment lust in general. I feel like it's something that a lot of us creative people go through because we have very interesting tools. A DJ uses turntables and a mixer, photographer uses a camera, painter uses a paintbrush, a digital painter might use an iPad or a computer. A fashion designer might have a sewing machine or just do it by hand with needle and thread and things like that. But I feel like in all those different industries, new things come out and we want them, we may not afford them and things like that. One thing that took me so long to learn, so long to learn, is anything is good to do your craft on in the beginning as long as you're doing your craft. Something that I did in the beginning of producing and DJing, I focused so much on trying to have a turntable and trying to have an MPC so I could be like Jay Dilla or I could be like DJ Jazzy Jeff, that I was focusing on that and not focusing on the craft enough. So basically, I wasn't trying to produce beats and DJ better, I was just waiting until I could get the right equipment and then I would be good. Not knowing that just practicing on anything will build your skills up, and then when you can afford it, you can get those nice things. Something that also happens in the DJ community is kind of an elitism, more with the hip-hop DJs, I want to say. It's an elitism that's, if you're not playing on turntables, you're not good, or you're not doing it right, or you're not a professional. And I want to honestly say that's something that I've thought for pretty much the majority of my DJing career till lately. I was on that aspect. Like, if you're a hip hop DJ and you can't scratch or you don't have turntables, I'm like, man, you're not doing it right. I've come to a point though where CDJs, a controller, anything like that, long as you're taking songs and bringing them together for an audience of people, they're all okay. Now, I used to be a person that said a controller, I would never use a controller. You would never find me with something like that. And for people that don't know, what a controller is a piece of equipment that connects to your computer and allows you to do DJ functions. It's not a turntable, it's just like a plastic box that has buttons on it so you can control the DJ software, new age type stuff. Now, as you can see, I have a controller now. Now, I didn't get rid of my turntables. I had to get the controller because the gigs that we're getting in LA dictated that. I needed that tool. I was doing gigs that parking was 5 blocks away. I didn't have a car to use. I could only ride my motorcycle. So you can't really put turntables on a motorcycle. So I needed a solution that was small enough to fit in the book bag. And that was the easy part. The hard part was getting it through my mind that I'm still a DJ if I use a controller. It doesn't matter what I use, as long as I'm presenting music to a crowd and entertaining them. It took me a long time to get over that. Now, the interesting thing, which I'm going to show you in a minute here, is actually how I get all of my DJ equipment into one book bag to get to these gigs. So that's the laptop, the controller, and everything I need to plug in to a gig. I'm going to show you that right now. Alright, so this is my mobile setup. The main part, the headquarters of everything, is the Tractor S4. What I like about this controller is not only does it have the buttons that I can use to cue and play the tracks, it actually has little platters that I could use to scratch a little bit, and also mix, kind of change the tempo, things like that. We have the pitch right here, making the song faster or slower, EQ section, and effects at the top. So this gives me a lot of the same abilities I have on the turntables, just a whole lot smaller. Doesn't feel the same as using the turntable. Completely different feel than using the turntable, but a lot of those functions I can still use, and that's what I'm looking for. This guy right here is called a deck saver, and it's basically a glorified dust cover for the S4. so it just kind of fits perfectly on top like that. What I use it for is when I put it in my book bag, it keeps all the buttons and things from getting scratched up and pushed in and broken. It protects it from that, and that's something I definitely need because it's always in a book bag. We also have my laptop stand by Stanton. I've had that for years. It's made out of like aluminum, like airplane grade aluminum. I don't know, but it works. Techniques headphones, power cords, 15-inch MacBook Pro, USB cords, 1/4-inch, and RCA cables. Can you get that? There it is. Just in case, you never know what the gym is going to have. And of course the power cable. Now, believe it or not, all that fits into one book bag. Now, it is kind of like a army tactical book bag, but it fits in one book bag, and it weighs about 40 pounds. I will say when I first started using that book bag system to take my motorcycle to gigs, it was so heavy and it was pulling my back down. I was having back issues. But when I started working out and stretching more and just getting used to it in general, it really started helping out. So this is the book bag that I use, and this thing is huge. You can just fit tons and tons of things in there. The biggest thing I want to get through in this video is, in any industry that you're in, use what you have. Use what you can afford. Build your skills on that, and when you can afford it, then get the best stuff. When you get the best stuff, you'll already be better anyway, because you've used the crappy stuff in such a good way for so long. It'll make you a better anything that you are, photographer, DJ, whatever. Now, this is my main setup that I use. 2 turntables, mixer, needles, records, that kind of deal, and I love it. I love the feel of it. I love just the tactileness of the record, all that kind of stuff. I love all that, and that's what I want to be DJing on as much as possible. So I play on that on every gig besides the fitness stuff. The fitness gigs is a lot of time they don't have parking. It's only an hour long, so all that work makes it a lot easier. I can just bring a book bag in, DJ for an hour, and get out. For the club stuff, the private gigs, I'm playing for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hours. I want to be on the equipment that, you know, I'm more used to and I like and respect. So thank you again for hearing me out. If you feel differently about anything I said, please comment. Even if you feel the same, please comment. I just want to hear what you have to say. Thank you. Oh, another thing. This whole setup is 40 pounds, like I said before. This one turntable is about 40 pounds, and in the case, it's about 70. So 70, probably like 50. And then speakers and cables and all that other kind of stuff. That's a lot of weight. And I don't mind doing it, but for a gig that's an hour long, it's kind of a waste.